Welcome to Quick Tips with EduSmart. In this short video, we will cover direct instruction. When we look at the explain component of the 5E lesson model, we really need to have a two-way street with the teacher and student being able to explain the content. The teacher needs to be able to provide a concise summary of the content while incorporating the vocabulary in context and clearing up any misconceptions that the students may have developed as they explore their learning. On the student side, we need the students to be able to actually explain the content in their own words, incorporating that vocabulary and demonstrating a clear understanding of the fundamentals. For that, EduSmart has our instruction mod and instruction mod companion work together to provide the full learning experience for the students in the explain component. The instruction mod is a 10 to 15 minute video-based interactive learning experience. This is not a video the teacher would hit play on and the students would sit and watch passively for 10 to 15 minutes. We know that would never work in today's classrooms. Instead, this is an interactive and collaborative learning experience that's designed to get the students to generate their own questions and to put the content in the context of their everyday life, so it's something in the real world that they can relate to. With that, we have the instruction module companion, which is a 3-part note-taking guide. As we move into the TEKS for 2024, the new TEKS that incorporate 3D learning, we have built into this one document the components of 3D learning so that we know the teachers are getting supported as they try and implement this new practice. The first part of the instruction mod companion is the content. It's fill in the blank close style notes. Part 2 incorporates the science and engineering practices, some kind of graphic organizer, chart, flowchart, maps, Venn diagrams, things of those nature. And then part 3 is a journal prompt that focuses on one of the recurring themes and concepts. This is a short constructed response, so it's excellent practice for STAR, for TELPAS, and it's also best practices in science. We need to incorporate those literacy components in science. Let's go ahead and look at an example. For our example today, we're looking at Grade 5, 5.6D, Effects of Force in Reporting Category 2. Here, if I click on my Explain component, you'll see we've broken down the standard into more manageable chunks for the students. Some of the TEKS are simply too complex to cover in one learning experience. So we've broken it down into a way that the students can really understand it very deeply for each piece of the instruction. I'm going to go ahead and click on the instruction module for speed and acceleration, and we'll watch just a moment or two of it so you can get an idea of what this would be like.
Strike 3! Tess is out. Watch how fast the ball moved. How can we describe the motion of an object?
So in the instruction module, we have built-in pauses along with the question prompt that allow the teacher to guide the class in discussion. At this point, I might lead my students through a KWL chart, and I think I wonder activity, or maybe just shoulder partner discussions. The idea is to get them collaborating with the material and activating their prior knowledge and really generating that engagement component within the learning that they're doing. When I'm ready to move on, I click the green play button and we'll move on to the next section.
One way is by measuring its speed. Speed is the distance traveled by an object in a certain amount of time.
So again, we have that next section of a pause, and we're starting to build in the vocabulary and really understand the content. The video would continue in this way with the pauses and question prompts throughout the activity. With this, I'm going to go back, and here we have the instruction mod companion. And this is the three-part note-taking guide. You'll notice there's a built-in word bank for those students who need it. It's text entry, so the students would simply click in the box and type a word or words. Part one is just the content itself that goes along in conjunction with the instruction module. Then we have the graphic organizer. This is incorporating some kind of science and engineering practice, along with, again, the built-in word bank for support. And then part three is our journal prompt, where we provide them a table and give them the prompt for their short constructed response. We work hard to include the what as well as the why, or the evidence, for the journal prompt so that they're getting authentic practice as they build towards that short constructed response on the star. There is also, with this, if I look at the tile, I can see everything I can do with this piece of content, be it assigning it, adding it to a playlist for my students. And you'll notice under documents, we have a teacher version with an exemplar answer and a Google Doc for the student version. This is great because it is an editable document. Therefore, I could easily differentiate this instruction mod for all the different needs within my classroom. For instance, I could take out the word bank if I want the activity to be more student-led for maybe my advanced learners. I could add the first letter of each word if I need note-taking accommodations, or even take out every other sentence for additional white space and more processing time for my students. And of course, in 5th grade, each of these components is available in both English and Spanish simply by using the toggle. So as you can see, the instruction module and the instruction mod companion working together make the direct teach component a breeze, being able to do both the teacher and student explain component. Thank you so much for watching, and look for more quick tips in the future.